Oh, hi, podcast listeners. There's many ways you can listen to the Real Nerds podcast. You can subscribe on iTunes. You can also subscribe on Stitcher Radio. You want to send us a Twitter message? You can do that. It's so easy, at Real Nerds. Like us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast. You can visit our website, realnerdspodcast.com, where there'll be a lot of articles for you to not only read, but to listen to our previous shows. Do you like your stories told through pictures? Then you can also follow us at Real Nerds on Instagram. You can also call us, 720-6nerds5. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Camera, action!
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd
doesn't talk film. I'm sorry.
Take it outside.
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action. Real nerds.
This is Real Nerds Podcast, unofficially the best movie podcast on the internet. Every week on Real Nerds Podcast, we see a new movie, and we podcast our experience of the world. This week, we saw Baby Ruby. Dun, 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 dun. Stay tuned, because we will recommend the film or not, play the trailer, and then spoil it. I am joined pretty much every week by this gentleman. Brad, how's it going?
Not bad. How you doing?
Can't complain. Got back from Disney, Went to Disneyland with a family, and it was like 75 degrees out there, and
You
got to
came back
go on
to the winter wonderland, and
yeah,
and now you're broke.
literally. I got back at Saturday, like at 11 o'clock at night, and it's like and then I had to do a recruiting event for work on Monday, so almost like I never left.
Yeah, we started to get some good weather the last couple days there, and then here we are back in the cold, snowy.
But I guess it's only supposed to last tomorrow, and then it's supposed to be in the 50s again. So it's about that time of year where it snows, and then it gets cold for a day, and then it gets really warm, and then it snows, and
Yeah, as long as the roads clear up, that's what I care about, because I got stuff to do.
Yeah, especially tomorrow. I got to go see Ant-Man. Fuck. We also talk about the big movie news and something we've been watching. This week on Real Nerds, we watched Baby Ruby. Brad, do you recommend Baby Ruby?
I don't know. Maybe if you've ever had postpartum depression and you want to feel like some solidarity, then maybe this is the movie for you. Yeah, I couldn't nail down the tone of it. Sometimes I thought it was really funny, and other times I thought it was like trying to be a horror film. And then other times just being like a kind of like a surreal art house thing. So it's well made, but I just didn't quite connect with it. How about you?
Yeah, I think I'm kind of in the same boat where, because I wanted to see this movie after I saw the trailer because it just looked interesting. And it was a first time director, and she evidently is like a really famous playwright. So I was kind of interested in seeing it. And, it deals with postpartum depression, and like, I liked it more than Knock at the Cabin and a couple other films we've seen this year, but it sounds weird, but I don't know if because I'm a dude that, it didn't affect me as much, like because my wife had a kid that she could relate maybe more to what she was going through. But yeah, I mean, and it's tough to recommend a movie that deals with postpartum depression and a mother. I don't know, but here's the trailer for Baby Ruby.
Stop! Oh, careful! I'm gonna break this. You're crazy. strange? Throwing your own baby shower?
I just need it to be perfect. Nothing's going to be any different. It's just a baby. How big are they even, you know?
You ready? Well, this says they like to suck, swaddle, and swing.
I don't need some book, Spencer. Your babies are so quiet. What's your secret? You have to stop.
Trust your instincts.
Great. There's nothing wrong with her.
Babies cry. It's tough.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Joe.
You need a rest.
I can take care of Ruby myself. I feel like I'm disappearing.
Everyone goes through this.
Don't you understand? She's killing me. You want me to believe that I'm crazy. But I know what you're doing. A mother's instincts never lie.
No, open the door!
She's so perfect. I know the truth.
Baby Ruby revolves around a French woman who lives in America with her husband, and she is is it an influencer or a blogger? I don't know if they're called now because I'm not cool.
Yeah, influencer blogger. She basically her business is herself, in her own brand.
Yeah, so she basically does like lifestyle stuff, fashion and all those other things. But because she's pregnant, she's kind of documenting her pregnancy. And she has what appears to be everything is fine, throughout her life. And then she goes into labor. And when she has her baby, that's when her first kind of nightmare, I guess, quote unquote, starts. And basically the whole film is her dealing with what I want to say is postpartum depression, but that is manifested into her being haunted by herself and her mother-in-law, and she doesn't trust anybody. And what is really interesting about this film is, I think, and it's obviously on purpose, is you don't know what is actually happening to her and what is part of her depression.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept on thinking, because I love In the Mouth of Madness, but there's a part in it where Sam Neill says, "This is not reality." And I kept thinking about that every time she would see, she would move and her reflection in her mirror would still stare at her. But I mean, I guess, the woman who plays Jo, and I think she's really good, because that's a tough role to do. Because, and I think the director and the writer, they're trying to make you uncomfortable, because it's another one of those movies where the baby is crying a lot. And I don't know if it was on purpose, but it was starting to drive me crazy. I'm guessing that sound design is on purpose.
Yeah. Cause they want the audience to feel, like what Joe's feeling. Yeah.
Yeah. And, there's also a part where she meets all these other moms and you never see their babies. But they have some sort of support group really for new moms. And Joe eventually believes that they never had a baby and they're trying to steal hers because she has an affair with one of them. But I don't also know if that was real. because they never really answer that question.
Yeah.
And I guess they didn't answer a lot of questions. I'm guessing it has to do with the whole movie revolves around her postpartum depression, is what I gathered from it.
Yeah, it's like this abstract take on it. It's presented like a horror film. Like with the trailer and everything, I thought it was going to be like a possessed demon baby movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not right away, but a little bit into the movie, you kind of realize like, oh, this is like more of a drama with like horror elements.
Yeah.
But yeah, it plays with like this thread of, she hooks up with one of the support group girls. And then later on, like it influences her interpretation of what the group is doing and what like how her husband is involved. And like maybe they're like kidnapping babies around town and cannibalizing them. I think it's all part of just like all the different like loony thoughts that Joe could possibly have as she like makes excuses for her depression,
Yeah, and I believe that too. There's just some whiplash parts where her husband, who I can't remember his name right now, and
Kit Harington.
Yeah, what's his character's name though? Spencer.
I remember Spencer. Okay,
Spencer. I did it. Is sitting down with his mom, and they go, "Well, someone's going to show up and take you away." And they said, can I hold my baby one last time? Yeah, sure. I'm like, wait, what are they doing? But I don't also know if you're only hearing her kind of version of the conversation. You know what I mean? Is that really what they're saying? I don't know.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's in her head. I think there's also like this parallel between, her initial job as a blogger influencer.
Yeah.
Very kind of selfish. And I think, she stops blogging and everything like right after the baby's born. And, her assistant's constantly asking like, hey, are you going to update? Your fans want to know what's going on. And I think, part of her depression is like, she's grappling with the fact that she, this thing isn't just a prop. Like she actually has to take care of it. And she can't
that's a great point.
Yeah. Like she can't just show it off. Like there's actually real work to be done. I think that makes her depressed. Is like, so she's trying to transition from being like, oh, I'm the star of my own life. And now I'm responsible for another one.
I didn't even put that together. That's great because at the very beginning, remember her husband says, wait a minute. So this is a fake baby shower you're putting on for yourself.
Yeah.
And you realize she's making everything look perfect because she's going to take pictures and post about it so she can, because the first thing she does is she posts her article and then she goes immediately to the comments, looking for that self-validation of look how pretty and cool I am.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's a well-made movie. I just, it's a tough recommend,
Yeah, if you don't like love crying babies, it's a tough sit. But yeah, I think it's interesting.
Yeah, and it's not a bad movie. I think the performances are really good in it. I even like the mother-in-law where she seems really friendly, and there's some sinister like dialogue she has about wanting to kill her baby. But again, I don't know if that is part of it.
I think it's real, but the way like just the presentation in the music and like the performance is made to make you think that it's more sinister than it really is. Cause I think it would normally be like it's a little influenced by Joe's interpretation at the moment.
Yeah. I think if it's on streaming, I think maybe that might be the best way to see it. Just, so you can kind of see if it's something you can put up with, and if not, you can just turn it off.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting to watch throughout the whole thing, and I think it's only maybe an hour and a half. It's a short movie. But yeah. Cool. This is the big news story of the week.
It's real news.
So the big news story is I went to California Adventure and I got on Web Slinger, a Spider-Man adventure ride. And in it, you take the role of helping Spider-Man get rid of these spider bots that are multiplying in his lab. And it's an interactive ride where it's in 3D and the game senses your Spider-Man moves. And the second time I rode it, it was Kellen, myself, and my wife, and then this one guy got on. And I noticed that he had like this cheat sheet because you score points for how many of these spiders you capture, and each spider is worth a different amount. So he had this cheat sheet, and he thought he was going to beat me, and I made it my goal to not lose to him, and I did not. So that's the big news story of the week, is that I beat some random guy on the Spider-Man ride in Disneyland.
That dude's like a day away from just ending it all. And he's like, if I can win this thing, I'm going to keep on going.
And my only solace is I'm going to be the best Spider-Man player.
If I could just be the best at one thing in life, it's enough to make me want to live. And then you come in and just destroy him.
Tragedy strikes at Disneyland.
He's floating in a swamp in the Everglades.
Yeah, the ride's really fun though, and it's really cool because Tom Holland does the bit, or is Peter Parker and Spider-Man in it. So it's really cool. The new Guardians, I guess it's not really that new, but it's maybe 3-4 years old, but it overtook Tower of Terror. And so it's basically a drop ride, but it has all the actors who play, the characters. And when you go into the room before you go into the gantry device, which is just the old Tower of Terror elevators, Rocket shows up in the collector's room and he steals Peter Quill's Walkman again. And when you get on the ride, he plugs it in. So it plays some classic rock song or a song from, Guardians of the Galaxy. And every time you're on a new floor, the doors open and it's a different scene plays out. But what's really cool, we wrote it a second time and it was a different song and it was different scenes. So I don't know how many different scenes they have for the ride, but it was really cool. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. But the real movie news is they're going to start Spider-Man 4. They just started writing the script for it. So, I mean, I haven't heard officially Tom Holland's going to be back, but I know Amy Pascal, who's the producers on him, said that he's going to do another trilogy. But I could have sworn the last time I read an interview with him, he's like, I don't know if I'm going to do any more. So, but I'm guessing they're going to give him a lot of money, and he'll probably do it.
Yeah, you're looking at like another decade of commitment. So,
yeah, I mean, I get it though. I know he wanted to take time off because he literally shot, I think, 4 movies over 3 years, and they're all really taxing between the 2 Avengers movies, then Spider-Man and Uncharted.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a lot of work. So I know he's taking this year off, and I mean, he hasn't been in anything since No Way Home.
Plus, he's probably like 30 now.
No, I think he's 26. He's pretty young.
Yeah, it's still by the time he'll be his late 30s by the time he finishes those 3 movies. So there is like just the age factor. So
he is 26 right now.
I mean,
so yeah,
he still kind of got that boyish look to him, but it's I just wonder what like Marvel's plan is to keep him looking young, Yeah,
I mean, he doesn't really have to be, because I mean, he's technically done with high school. So the next time you see him, it could be like a real time has passed, 3-4 years.
I guess they do keep track of time now, the blip and everything. So yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm always down, and they're also saying that they're going to start shooting Blade in 10 weeks. So it's cool because every time a new Marvel movie is about to come out, they start doing press tours and filling in some of the gaps. And I do know that there's some movies in phase. So we're in phase 5 and phase 6 that aren't quite announced yet. So I'm not sure which ones those ones are going to be. And I'm guessing one of them is going to be a Spider-Man movie. I mean, and I can't imagine them not making another Spider-Man movie because that one almost made $2 billion. So, yeah. So hopefully we'll hear news. I'm guessing maybe around Comic-Con or D23. They'll probably announce another Spider-Man movie.
Cool.
And that's really it for the news. I mean, nothing crazy is going on right now. Steven Spielberg was overheard at the Oscars luncheon telling Tom Cruise he saved Hollywood's ass with Top Gun.
I saw that, yeah.
That's funny. But yeah. Hey, we watch things throughout the week, and we're going to talk about some of them and what we've been watching.
So, yeah, this is the stuff we've been watching.
Brad, what'd you watch this week?
Do you want me to talk about one of 3 things? The Greatest Showman, Missing, or Fire of Love? Or 4 things. Sunset. 5 things. Sunset Boulevard or Assault on Precinct 13.
Huh. How about you choose what you think's the most interesting one? And
or I'll just do quick takes of all 5.
Sounds good.
Assault on Precinct 13. Apparently a John Carpenter classic. I did not like it.
No?
I thought it was terrible. I thought the acting was awful. The premise was ridiculous. Fight me. I would tell you.
Yeah. I do know that's like his, that's kind of the movie that got him going, you know?
Yeah.
Because I think he made Halloween right after that.
Yeah, this is 76.
Yeah.
So 2 years before. If you haven't watched it, you're listening, you haven't watched it, this police officer is transferred to this precinct that's shutting down. It's like being relocated. So he goes over and like watches the empty station as it's being relocated. There's a couple of people left behind, and meanwhile there's this local gang that attacks a father and his daughter, kills the daughter, and then the father tracks them down and kills some of them. And so they chase him back to the precinct. And he goes catatonic, like he can't explain anything that's happened. Like, I don't know. Like apparently that whole situation was so traumatic that he suddenly can't explain to the officers there what's exactly going on. So the officers stumble through the oncoming onslaught of gang members who lay siege to the station. He could have just said like, "Hey, I'm being chased by this gang," and it probably would have saved a couple of those officers' lives. But whatever. And then there's like a police woman who is like strangely attracted to this. Like there's these a couple criminals who are being transferred to the station on their way to a prison. And so like they have these scenes of just like mild attraction to each other. That's kind of weird. And then they just kind of defend the precinct as just hordes and hordes of nameless, faceless gang members lay siege to them. So, and then
I always had fun with it. I don't think it's one of his best ones, but I think it's a fun one.
Yeah, there's not like any like cool dialogue or and you're just kind of rolling your eyes at a lot of like the like stupid things that are happening. You know?
Yeah.
These should be like the best trained people, and they're not very strategic at all. Like they're constantly putting their heads like in front of the glass window. Like even after seeing some guy just get shot through it, it's like, maybe don't stand in front of the glass window. Yeah. there was a cool reveal when that one guy escapes into the car, and then he drives for a little bit, and then there's one of the gang members in the car the whole time. Yeah, and then I saw Sunset Boulevard for the first time. Zach joined me for it. Not a great experience because the crowd was really obnoxious.
Really? That's weird when it's like in classic movies like that, because you think it'd be more of a movie crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like a respectful crowd, but no, it was like two hipster douchebags, like him and his girlfriend were just laughing and chatting, like to the right of us the whole time. It could not stop distracting me, but also overall, I didn't think the movie was like that interesting, you know?
Mm-hmm.
This guy, is in debt and he's like escaping, like the people trying to collect on him, and he just stumbles into this, mansion where this old Hollywood icon is kind of a recluse, and she's got a butler, and she hires him to write the script that's going to revitalize her career, and then she like falls for him, and then he eventually kind of goes along with it, but meanwhile he's got eyes on this I don't know, other producer or secretary at the studio, and then what's her name, like Norma. What's the actress's name?
Oh, man. So, full disclosure, Sunset Boulevard is one of those classic movies that I'm not a big fan of.
Oh.
It's okay. I know it's super famous. It's just Gloria Swanson?
Norma Desmond, that's the character. Yeah, Gloria Swanson's the actress. Yeah. Yeah. It's I don't think it's like an interesting story. I think it's all about the performance, and Norma Desmond's crazy, unhinged.
Yeah.
And I actually missed like the first 2 minutes of it because I was a little late. So when I got to the end, and there's so I've been dead this whole time device, like all this narration throughout the whole thing. I was like, oh, by the way, I've been dead. Zach like leaned over to me. He's like, oh, by the way, he's been dead the whole time. I was like, yeah, I figured that out. Like, I'm pretty sure this movie started with this scene. I got you. So.
But hey, you know, just in case.
Yeah. So yeah, I recognize it's a classic, but like it didn't seem like a deep, interesting story. It just seems like just like an interesting romance, I guess, idea.
Yeah, like I think it's a good movie. I just have never been like that in love with it, you know.
Yeah. Then I watched The Greatest Showman because that was the Esquire late night that week, and that movie's corny as hell. Like,
oh yeah,
it's like so cheesy, and it definitely like, I don't know, like whitewashes the legacy of P.T. Barnum.
Yep,
and all the abuses of owning a circus and treating people. Yeah, they definitely like went the other way on that, because I'm pretty sure he was probably a lot meaner to the freaks in his stable. So yeah. And
yeah, he definitely had a niche, but yeah, that was definitely a candy coated version of the circus life.
Yeah. And then like I didn't even put together like halfway through that Zac Efron was Bailey. Like they even said his name Bailey constantly. I just did not like, oh yeah, Barnum and Bailey. That's why he's the other guy. Okay. It's like, what's this character supposed to do?
They haven't had that circus probably what, 10, 15 years? When's the last time they had it? When did they completely shut down?
Oh, I was going to say, I think they shut it down like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I know that.
Like way before this movie came out. Yeah, and I didn't think the songs were that great either. I remember it being advertised like, hey, it's from the songwriters of La La Land and everything. And I thought like La La Land had way catchier stuff than Greatest Showman. Like it's not bad, but it's just like, I couldn't.
I felt the same way about Bohemian Rhapsody. Not that the music in Bohemian Rhapsody is bad, but the movie was so stupid and everyone like how much money it made and how much people loved it. I go, this movie is dumb. And The Greatest Showman I thought was more entertaining, but it was another movie that just had such like long legs, and everyone's like, "Oh man, this movie's so cool," and you should need to see it. And then when you see it, you go, "Okay."
Yeah, heavy CGI, and I think everyone like performs well in it, but overall, it's just like I don't know, just there's a lot of like just cringy choices to it. You're like, okay. Then I also watched Missing. Do you remember that one?
That's the sequel to Searching, right?
Yeah, it's sort of sequel. Yeah, it's not direct, but it's in the vein of like, hey, the whole movie is just on this computer screen the whole time. And I found it really compelling. Like for what is essentially like a lot of pop-ups and CCTV cameras. And
I thought Searching was way better than it had any right to be.
Yeah. I saw that one like at the drive-in like years ago, obviously when it came out, but I went in being like, oh, I'll just watch this because I need something to watch, and then coming away from it being like, wow, that was actually like directed and like was actually really compelling for what it is.
Yeah, I agree.
Like way more interesting than a lot of like just straight up dramatic, like cinematic movies are. And Missing is like that too, except that like the last act is a little ridiculous, and I don't want to spoil it, but there's a plan that's going on, and I'm not sure how it was supposed to work if it was successful. So other than that, like everything leading up to it is just twist and turn, and they're all like really, oh man, I didn't see that coming. Or can you believe this? Like this is actually where they're going with it. Yeah, it's pretty effective. And then lastly, I watched Fire of Love, which is a documentary of these two volcanologists who were a husband and wife, French couple that traveled the world just documenting volcanoes. Like one
that movie looked interesting.
Yeah, it's all like on Super 8 footage. I don't think it's a secret. They died in 91.
Didn't they die at a volcano, right?
Yeah, an eruption in Japan. They're watching, and kind of the big thing is like the filmmaker takes like his reels of footage and tries to build, because they also like didn't have kids or family to consult with really. So it's a lot of just kind of guessing and trying to craft this story of these two people from a lot of footage that's just start and stop random stuff that he shot, like he didn't go and shoot like, oh, I'm going to do this with a plan. It's a lot of just B-roll of, sometimes it's rocks, sometimes it's the four tour guides on horses, and he like turns it into like a sort of a Western thing. And then it cuts back to his wife just kind of sitting around looking in the distance. So they, the big challenge is whittling all that down. And also it's Super 8, so there's no sound attached to it. So they have to make up the volcano sounds and everything else. And there's a narration by Miranda July that kind of takes you through it and adds some kind of philosophy to a couple things, and reinforces what's going on. And so, like the most interesting part for me was like where they actually talk about volcanoes. And my big takeaway is there's two kinds of volcanoes. There's the red kind and then the gray kind. And the red kind are like the ones we like watching because they just, run rivers of red lava out into the ocean. And yeah, it's a little destructive, but it's not like you can kind of plan and adapt to that. The gray ones are the dangerous ones where it's just a tremendous instantaneous explosion, and there's not really like lava spewing everywhere. It's just like a cloud of dust that just envelops the landscape. And that's like what Mount St. Helens was. And, and the one that killed them in Japan. And they have footage of like them that day before it happens. And, then they have footage from the camera. There's like a helicopter that catches this plume of gray smoke that just like comes down the mountain. And they show like, yeah, this is where they were. And, all they found was the camera and like his watch.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And so, yeah, it's pretty sad, but, They talk about like, them being like this, in this crazy world of tectonic plates and fire and, how insignificant we are, and that these two people had the same love of this, found each other, and managed to go on this journey together. It's pretty special. So that was kind of cool. What'd you watch?
Cool. Honestly, I didn't watch anything because I was on vacation all week. I watched episodes of Family Guy with Kellen, and he was laughing at when Brian marries that one woman because he thinks she's going to die in 2 weeks of cancer. And then when she doesn't, and she has 6 months of cancer farts built up, as she walks, she just farts everywhere. So yeah, that's all I really watched because I just was busy.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Next week tomorrow we're seeing Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantum Mania. Yep. So we'll see you at the movies watching that movie.
Yeah, if I wasn't sick, I'd be totally way more excited. So hopefully I still get to go.
Cool. Well, until next week, bye.
Well, a real nerd knows who shot. A real nerd can follow the plot. And a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action. Real nerds.
Thanks for listening to Real Nerds Podcast, a Nebulous Visions production. Stream or download episodes, read articles at realnerdspodcast.com. Stream us on Apple or Google Podcast, Stitcher, Spotify, or iHeartRadio. Follow us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast. Twitter and Instagram, @Real Nerds. Watch us on YouTube, Real Nerds Podcast. Email us at realnerds@gmail.com. Call us at 720-6nerds5. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill, Mike at Plan 9 Studios, and Bolognium for all of our groovy theme songs. And that's how you fucking do it!